Hello students. So today we will continue with the flip-flops. So if you remember zeros and ones catching. Okay, so we said that zeros and ones catching. Just a minute, I'll go take you through that zeros and ones catching. Okay, so see this was zeros and ones catching. Okay, so here I had said you that uh, in order to avoid zeros and ones catching problems, okay, either j and k inputs of the flip-flops should not be changed, right? It means it has to be kept constant when the clock is at logic 1, or else see it can be overcome. It means this zeros and ones catching can be overcome if the master responds during positive or rising edge, okay, of the clock, and the state of the master be transferred to the slave at the negative or the falling edge of the flip flops. Okay, so it means that zeros and ones catching can be avoided if the master and the slave respond strictly to the positive and negative edges of the clock pulse, okay, which is a control clock pulse, right? So such flip flops ignore changes in the inputs between the edges of the clock. Okay, if the clock has become 1, okay, if this is the clock pulse, okay, the flip flops which respond to this side, this is the rising edge, or if when the flip flop responds to the falling edge, okay, so these flip flops are called as edge triggered flip flops. Okay, so any changes in the input if done during this phase, okay, when the clock is high, it is being ignored or it goes unseen. Okay, so this is called as edge triggered flip flops. Okay, now the edge triggered flip flops can be either positive edge triggered as well as negative edge triggered flip flops. Okay, so going to the positive edge triggered flip flop. Okay, so we'll see positive edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, so as you can see, I have shown here the, just a minute, okay, I have shown here the function table. Okay, this is the function table and these are the symbols, okay, of a positive edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, so see this symbol, okay, this symbol indicates that D appears at the output during the positive edge of the clock, okay, during the positive edge of a clock. And this triangle which you are seeing here, okay, this triangle indicates that C is a positive edge sensitive input. Okay, C is a positive edge sensitive input. Okay, now if I want to represent the gate diagram, okay, the diagram of the positive edge D flip flop, right, using the universal gate, right, using the NAND gate, it can be represented like this. Okay, so this is the gate diagram of a positive edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, now here you can see that gates E and F, okay, this gates E and F, okay, E and F, okay, are interconnected, right? So you can see this output is feedback here and this output is feedback here. So gates E and F are interconnected, which is forming a latch. Okay, now the state of this latch remains unchanged, right, for if our S bar S bar is equal to R bar is equal to 1. Okay, during this state, during this condition, the state of this latch remains unchanged. Okay, and if my S bar becomes 0, S bar becomes 0, okay, what happens? This sets the latch, okay. However, if R bar becomes 0, okay, this will reset the latch, okay, this will reset the latch, right. So you have to go back to the function table of SR latches, right, so as to follow what I have said just now. Okay, so what I said, S bar R bar equals to 1, right, this condition keeps the output of the latches in the unchanged position, right. If we put S bar equal to 0, our latch sets because S equal to 1. S bar 0 means what? S equal to 1, right. And the latch, if your S bar is R bar is 0, then this resets the latch, okay. However, if we see the condition, okay, if we see the condition where our S bar is equal to R bar is equal to 0, okay, so this is the condition which is not desired, okay, this is an undesired input condition, okay, right. So coming back to this gate, right, so now I'll try to analyze, okay, I'll explain you analysis of this, right. Now see, when the clock input is 0, okay, I'll say first case when this is 0, okay. Now see, clock is given to gates B and C, it means outputs of this become just a minute, okay, outputs of B and C, okay, become at logic 1, okay. It means what? S bar is equal to 1 and R bar is equal to 1. Now recall what I said, if S bar equals to R bar is equal to 1, then the flip-flop output remains unchanged, okay, right. Now, right, let us make D 0, okay, D input I have made 0, right. Now the output of gate D, right, if this is 0, then this output is at 1, okay, this is at 1. And since now what happens here, since S bar is equal to 1, okay, see what I'm telling, the output of the gate D is at 1, okay. Now this gate D is this, okay, output of this gate D is at 1. Now since see here S bar is at 1, okay. Now since S bar is at 1, right, we'll see what is the output of gate A, okay. So I'll come back to this, right. S bar is 1, see, I need to trace the path, I'll trace out the path, this is 1, right, see, this is 1, this is coming here, this is coming to gate A 1, and this one is a feedback which is going to gate A, okay. It means output of AND gate A is at what? 0 now, okay. Now when x equals to y equals to 1, okay, if I do x1 and y1, okay, x and 1 I'll make x and z, sorry, x and z, right, x and z I'll make 1, okay. See, z is already 1, right, so x and z is 1, right. In this case, just a minute, I'll make it here. If your x is 1, now z is 1, and let me say, see, y is coming from this clock, so y is 0 here, okay, y is 0, right. Now when clock goes to 1, okay, now the state of the clock changes, okay. Now when clock goes to 1, then what happens? Your y also becomes 1, okay. When the clock goes 1, then I can say that x equals to y equals to z equals to 1, okay. I hope this up till here it was understood. So now y is also 1 like my x and z, right? And the output of gate C, if x, y and z all are 1, it means what? Output of my gate C goes to 0. Just a minute, I'll change the color. Okay, output of gate C goes to 0. It means my R bar, which was 1 earlier, now goes to 0. Okay, R bar is nothing but output of gate C. Okay, this goes to 0, right? R bar is 0, however S bar is 1. Okay, so the Q output, see, S bar is 1 and R bar is 0. So if R bar is 0, it means it resets. Okay, R bar is 0, it means it would reset the latch. Okay, it means Q output resets or it remains at 0. Okay, Q output remains at 0. Okay, right? So this we have done the analysis with D is equal to 0, right? In the similar way, you can also carry out the analysis when D is changed to 1. Okay, so respective PDF I have already sent to you. You just go through the PDF, right? You first analyze D flip-flop, D input as 1. Okay, 0 I have explained you. D input as 1 you analyze when clock is 0. Then you analyze when you set the clock to 1. Okay, then once you do it from your side, then you go back to the PDF which is sent. Okay, now depending on this what I explained you, thus, right, what we understand here is D input at the positive edge of the clock. Okay, wherever we give the positive edge of the clock, so at this point the D input appears at the output. Okay, it will appear at the output and all the changes between positive edges are ignored. Okay, so we saw that when D was 0, our Q was becoming 0 because R bar was becoming 0. Okay, so when R bar is equal to 0, it means it resets the latch. So D is appearing at Q. Okay, now this is happening at the positive edge of a clock. Okay, and during the other periods, okay, between the positive and negative edges, during this period any changes in the inputs are ignored. Okay, so depending on this we'll see the waveforms. Okay, function table we have already seen. Now see the other representation also I have shown you, the positive edge triggered master slave D flip flop. This is how it is represented, right? Now see here, this is a typical response of a positive edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, this is a positive edge triggered D flip flop where you can see some time delays TS and TH. Okay, this is because my output is responding for the changes in the positive edge of the clock. See here D is going 1, okay, but my output is still retaining 0 because it's a positive edge triggered. So once positive edge of the clock is reached, right, this output D is reflected at the output Q. Okay, right, so here one more this you can see here D is becoming 0, okay, when your clock is low. Okay, now D is 0, right, however as I said it's a edge triggered flip flop, so even though D is 1 here, okay, this 1 is still here because we know that it is a positive edge triggered flip flop. Okay, so it is going to respond on to the next clock. Where's the next clock? The next clock is here. Okay, right? So you can analyze this waveform. Okay, right? So continuing with this is about the positive edge triggered flip-flop. Okay, where my output D is seen, where my input D is seen at the output during the rising or the positive edge of a clock. Okay, similar to positive edge, we have the negative edge triggered D flip-flop. Okay, we have negative edge triggered also. So this one is easy. A negative edge triggered D flip-flop, right, can be configured by adding just an inverter to the control in clock input of the positive edge triggered D flip-flop. Okay, we are just adding a NOT gate, okay, for the control input. That would give me my negative edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, so as you can see here, the representation again, this part. Okay, so this symbol indicates that D input does the transition, right? You know, D input during 1 to 0, okay, transition of the clock gets latched at the output. Okay, latched means what? It gets stored at the output. Okay, so changes in D between the negative edges of the clock will be ignored here, right? So you can see here, right, this is a symbol of a negative edge triggered D flip flop, right? And similar to this, I have put up the response, right, that how D appears at Q only at the negative edges. Okay, see here D is 1, okay, up till here, see D is 1, okay, but still since clock is 0, this D will not be appearing at Q output. Okay, so when it will appear at the Q output, not at the rising edge now. Where's the rising edge? See, this is the rising edge. So D will not appear at the output during the rising edge. However, in the negative edge triggered flip-flop, this status of D, which is 1, when the clock is high, okay, up till this state, okay, will not be appearing at the output, right? The status of D being 1 will be transferred to the output during negative edge, okay, the falling edge of the clock. So see here, see here D is 1, okay, however this D to be appearing at output requires negative edge of a clock. Okay, so after the negative edge, the falling edge of the clock, this output output is transferred to the output. This D state of D is transferred to the output. Okay, right. So this is about positive and negative edges, negative edge triggered D flip flops. Okay, right. Thank you.